It's enough of the music. Oh my God, that's just too loud on a that's just too loud on a night after, or morning after. Well, good morning, everybody. Whoever's still alive after their party hard last night.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. That's it. Yes, because just checking everything. Everything seems to be running all right. Magic Dude, g'day. How you doing? Give people a few minutes to join in. We had Chris Brand here a bit earlier. We had Ralph. He's probably still there. Ralph is still. Is just starting. Still evening before. Yes. Well, we've been there. We've done that, and we had and Future Man here, Kimbo. We saw him bring in the new year. Yeah. We had a bit of fun last night. Got a few photos. We'll when people get here, we'll go to the photo thing. Bloody YouTube trail bullshit.
Yeah, my new year celebration extended 3.5 hours, so it was good.
Did it? Okay.
Well, watching you guys come in and then having mine, that was good.
Somebody mentioned last night that my microphone was too loud compared to you guys, but the mixing volume seems fine, but I might move the microphone a little bit further away. There we go.
Yeah.
Just to try to soften it down a bit. It's one of those sort of things. I got two graphs, looking at what they call the peaking audio. So it just goes little red dot compared to what you guys are doing.
Yep. That's all right.
Yep.
Yep.
Mine does seem to peak a bit more, so let's knock it down a couple more dB. Yeah, okay, there we go, 1.8 dB lower. So Malcolm K, Happy New Year. Bossa Nova, yes, you too. Stewie, and so we've got the usual crowds just popping in. And what we're going to be doing, and I think moving forward, I think what we're going to do with the Saturday stream as well is we're probably going to knock it down to 1 hour, because I'm starting to think, we've been doing this, 137 episodes or 138 episodes. There's no real way to change the format. We're trying to build a community system here and get everybody sort of participating. The Discord link, if you want to come on and say hello, is just down below. Click on that. But we always advise the fact that don't wait till Saturday morning to try and work out if your system's going to work or not, or how to work the buttons. Come on anytime. We hang out here all the time. Usually we're gaming, of course. I'm gaming, and probably in 2 to 3 weeks when we get Todd set up with his new house, and he'll have his new gaming rig. Oh my God, all this money we're going to spend. Well, you're going to spend me. What's this weed thing? You're going to spend all the money.
You and Chanya are going to help me spend. She's already started that.
That's it. And I think we've got 3 videos in the can, so that's last week. We did the show. I put some shorts out yesterday. I've had the week off from editing, that's all. So I threw some shorts up yesterday. That was from that was Friday, a week ago. You tune in and check those again. G'day Dallo and Andy Stubbs, good to see you along. Edward Lister, it's very hot in Melbourne today. Hot, yeah. Hotbed of bullshit goes on down there. 36.6
Melbourne, yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. Look, 2 o'clock. It's I checked the temperature last night. When we were wrapping things up, and it was sort of a nice 24 degrees Celsius here. Perfect weather. But yeah, so going forward, we're thinking. I'm thinking probably knocking this thing down to my coffee's still repeating, to a 1 hour format, so we try to get things done in the hour, and keep it a bit shorter. One of the reasons a lot of people, we sort of see who comes on, but because of the way we do it, we do get twice as many views on the live stream after it goes up. So if we try to keep the format smaller or shorter, it might have a few more people joining in as being part of the community as well. But we just do something different here. We're not trying to sort of give you the ins and outs, the secret sauce. That's what our Discord channel does. Our Discord channel is for the secret sauce of what goes on, and sharing all the stuff that YouTube seem to have an issue with. Oh my God! In last week, I had 2 videos that they said were inappropriate for advertisers. Right, the cannabis one, which was a documentary, a docu-vlog, right, totally about information. No, advertisers don't go, what the... And of course the one there, Todd and his first bit of poontang, pussy, in Thailand from the short last night. Yep, they didn't like the fact that the word pussy was in the title, or something like that.
Okay.
Instantly turned off for not suitable for all advertisers, and it's funny. What is happening with YouTube? I've got no idea. The snowflakes have taken over.
Yeah.
Which of course reminds me of last night. The sort of flashbacks I had was in my childhood. The New Year's Eve fireworks. The bonfire you have at your mate's place, and then fireworks. Well, guess what? We have fireworks here. I was really unprepared for the whole firework thing, because normally we go into the city. We go to the city and do something in the city, but with the whole Omicron bullshit, or whatever code name that I want to give it to now, the whole nasal cold, flu virus is flowing around. Everything's sort of... I was hearing that Soy Cowboy, they were doing a PCR test at Soy Cowboy. I got Niall put a photo on our Bangkok line group of him being PCR tested, with a swab up his nose or something, just to go into a nightclub venue. Oh my God!
Yeah,
and it's getting ridiculous. And we're seeing the data coming out now, and although I don't like to talk about the data because it's, if you saw it on Facebook, it must be true. If you saw it on YouTube, it must be true. Saw it on Google, it must be true. But yeah,
exactly.
I've got to finish that artwork up. Saw it on Google. That's the latest meme now, isn't it? Saw it on Google, it must be true. But ultimately, the situation going forward is the fact that supposedly it's nothing worse than the flu now. Once the Omicron sort of takes over and becomes the predominant strain, the other ones will fade out into insignificance until, of course, the next one comes across. Trouble with these types of viruses, they have one modus operandi, or one raison d'etre, which is to reproduce, right? And they need us as hosts to reproduce. Well, that's it. They're just going to try, and you got trillions of them, trillions of viruses out there, all wanting to be better than they were before, mixing in with the petri dish called the human body. Anybody that's really sort of not in a very healthy state can have an effect on the reproductory sort of process, when it mixes with your RNA. Anyway, I'm no epidemiologist, so don't listen to me. I'm not going to give you any clues about how viruses work. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the 12 monkeys syndrome to sort of kick in. And what was the guy's name in the was it? I like Corbin Dallas.
Bruce Willis was.
Bruce. What was his name in the movie? What was the name in 12 Monkeys?
I haven't watched that for years.
Anyway, I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for him to transition back into the real term to try to actually stop the virus. Then we'll know it's real. But yeah. 2 more days on the flight line, and then I'm back inside the hangar. Okay.
It's cold where Ralph is, so he's on the flight line at the moment. Yeah.
It's cold. Cold. It's one of those things. See, Todd's just getting used to this whole Thailand thing. When he was abroad before, he'd been in Afghanistan and what is it? Tokyo or Japan.
In Japan, yeah.
Yeah, so you get snow there, don't you? For your winter time. This is winter, by the way.
Yeah.
20,
If this
20
is winter, bring on summer. It's awesome.
Bit of acclimation to go on, but he's getting his feet wet. Like the 3 videos I got in the can, you'll give you an idea what's been going on. Although he's not the star of the channel. He's had a bit of a focus in the last 3 videos.
Yeah, I've been picked on. No, I haven't been picked on. It's actually been awesome. Just inculcating myself into the lifestyle here. I'm the new kid on the block, and what happens? The new kid on the block gets picked on. So it just means I can take it. It's all good.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to organise I don't know. So we're waiting for him to get his bike so we can set up all the cameras on his bike.
Yeah.
But you got the head cam though, so we can mix that in. So we're going to try to sort of. Unfortunately, he's on the CB, which is not really a cruiser, he's still trying to get used to the weird road rules that we got over here. Although they drive on the same side of the road here. The lack of rules. Cody made a really good point of that last night because I've got a photo of him sitting in the MG, and he was sort of saying it just feels strange having the steering wheel on this side of the thing. But he was also made a point the fact that when he's been on the motorcycle when he was down in Hua Hin, his mind was just saying, oh yes, there's somebody coming towards me, I need to veer right to miss them because motorcycles don't have a left and right hand side driving mechanism. But over here he said, but now I got to remember that oncoming I got to veer left. And I said, but what about the contraflow motorcycles coming the other way? Because like just down here on the main, they're on the left already, so you can't. Basically, you got to stay in a straight line. You can't veer right. Just stay straight because let them go around you. It's just bizarre. But anyways, life in Thailand. It is strange.
Yeah, no, it's been an eye opener, but it's been absolutely awesome. And I think we spoke about it when you sort of start a new adventure. You think, is it maybe? Can it be? And you've been planning it for months and months and months, and then when you get here, it's sort of like, yeah, this is awesome. So I even if it's for I suppose a circuit recharge, I totally recommend it. Nothing's too hard. Everyone's in their little bubble going, oh, I can't do this, I can't get the plane, I can't get my visa, a Thai pass is now cancelled. Yeah, that's just one little bit of the Thai pass. They're still doing the quarantine. They're still doing the 5, 7, 10 days. People are still visiting Thailand. It's not like it used to be 3 or 4 years ago where you could just rock up to the airport with your passport and away you go. There's hoops you've got to jump through, but let me tell you, those hoops are worth jumping through. Seriously.
But yeah, it's just it kills the whole mood if you a typical Aussie coming on a holiday. We've talked about that last night as well. But the typical Aussie going on a holiday, they get 2 weeks holiday. That's it. They'll take 2 weeks off. It's no fun coming to Thailand as an Aussie if you're going to spend the first even 7 days cooped up. I know I got David. I was chatting with him last night. He put his application in about 7 hours before the cut-off, when they cut off the Thailand pass. But what he sort of said, he was actually on the website putting his data in to try to get that through before the cut-off. But they shut the website down, in mid filling in the data. So he was stuffed on that one. So he's got 7 days in some sort of villa down in Phuket, with some guy, the pool and or spa and all that sort of stuff. So he's not totally, in prison, but it's still the 7 days, and he's got to do the two swabs and all that sort of stuff. That's just life. I'm just trying
to. I had to do that. Yeah.
Can we get a verification? Because I'm terrible at acronyms, but Malcolm K. If you rearrange the letters of Delta and Omicron, you get media control. I don't know. I haven't actually done that. It doesn't quite look like it works, but maybe it does. This is 2 O's. It's just 1 A. Yes, there's E's. There's 1 E. C. Maybe it is. Maybe that is true. Oh my God. Interesting. And of course, Dal, I'm feeling awful, hopefully not Omicron. Nothing to do with all that grog you drank last night. I heard that. That's right. I think that's one of the tests you got to do, isn't it? If you lose your sense of taste, then you may have the Delta strain. So you got to keep on drinking, and
But,
I can't remember that meme.
Peck, muck, spicy. Of course, you lose taste. You don't taste anything after that.
Exactly.
So just keep eating spicy food. You'll be fine.
But I believe they did fireworks. They didn't cancel all the events. It's just all the private events. But what really surprised me is how many people here have fireworks. So we grabbed, I grabbed 1,000 baht worth of fireworks, from the local walk-through market down there on Thursday night. Not expecting much, but they were fun to have some fireworks. Not like Australia. We've been kept in cotton wool for like 35 years. Bloody ridiculous situation in Australia. What happened there? Oh my God! I can't believe how restrictive Australia is when it comes to some of that bullshit. But we had everybody. The quest for next year is to find out where people are buying these fireworks from, so we can have a decent showing. And I also believe, Chanya's got some ideas. We're going to, do the whole Christmas light thing on the house thing, try to start a competition in our new barn, to, pretty decorations of, oh my God, whatever.
Here come the Griswolds.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Malcolm K. Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll be interested. Will be interesting what the Thai government announces on the 4th and 5th of January. I would expect that there's nothing to do with, this is just speculation, but nothing in the way of any further lockdowns. But I think that they're going to just take a wait and see approach. So for the time being, for maybe the next 45 days, we'll be back into the Thailand Pass will go back on, but the Thailand Pass will have you submitting your evidence that you've booked in for the your hotels and all that sort of stuff, for your 7, 10 and 14 day, depending on where you're coming in. So travelling to Thailand means the fact that you need to book a month's holiday. If you want 2 weeks 2 weeks travelling Thailand, you have to come for the month, and the first 2 weeks are going to be in the hotel. It just may not suit most people, but unfortunately that's the way it's going to be. This is Shannon here. I came in via Sandbox in October and was in my room for only 5 hours before I was allowed outside the hotel. Organised a rental bike and would be waiting, and had 7 days pretty much unrestricted on Phuket. And I think that Phuket model is going to stay. I don't know. I haven't heard anything more about the other islands. So to see how it works. Teddy Bear. G'day, Teddy Bear. How you doing? I haven't seen that name for a while. Keeping up with the Joneses. Christmas light. Well, I remember where we were in Australia. We had the next street down from where we are, where I lived. It was like a moo barn. There was actually sort of not so much a gate. They had pillars. It was old. It was the old insane asylum that was down Sydney Road. Seriously, it wasn't really the real Fruit Loops. It was the mentally ill, like they were either what do they call it, cerebral palsy, all the mental illness. It was a place. It was called Mount Owen, and it was a walled compound, had pillars and everything else, and it was sold out in the 80s. They sold the land to a developer, and they made a whole estate in there. It was quite interesting, but then of course, about 5 years into it, once the estate started filling out, people started doing the whole Christmas light thing. I've actually got photos. I've got photos in my. I don't look. I didn't even think about talking about that. But the photos are there. I've got photos of it in my what do you call it, Flickr. But yeah, and it was a competition to see who could drain the most power from the grid. That's what it seemed like. It was like you need a small nuclear reactor just to power the hill, But yeah, there was lights everywhere, and people would come from miles around to come and see the lights of Sydney Road. But yeah, maybe we should start that next year, because the Thais are into this thing. It's all this one-upmanship, At the moment, it's how many pieces of green plants you can get in the front yard, not like we have a big front yard. We have a small front yard, but you've got to fill it full of trees, And that seems to be the thing that people are doing here in our moo barn. Next year, we're going to try to see if we can get them into powering up some lights. So we'll start, putting some Christmas lights up, and then somebody else will try that, And I'm also going to get the fireworks. Where are they getting their fireworks from? Oh my God! Yeah. Anyway. Moving right
big
on.
Ones.
No, there was, yeah, and like you could see that there was some on the river, because we can see the river. Well, we can't see the river from here, but the river's only a kilometre that way, so you definitely see the things being shot off on the river. But we're getting much closer ones. Looked like the moo barn next door was doing some. There were 2 or 3 people there. We had a few people in our moo barn doing them. There was some, I'm pretty sure, in the moo barn. It's 500 yards south of us. And it's just like a competition who can make the loudest noises. Poor dogs and cats. I don't know. Pimai, she was. Didn't see her for most of the night. She was running her scared, I'm sure. But anyway. Lee Hughes has joined us. I didn't see that. G'day, Lee. How you doing? What are the sandbox rules? Again, sandbox rules. It's a bit hard to describe because it's going to depend on where you're coming from. I think you coming from England with the excessive amount of level 27 letters of the alphabet, what are coming out of I think you guys are restricted to 14 days if you're allowed to even fly. Not so much sandbox rules, but whether they're going to let you in. I think you're going to get a 14-day, no matter what, because of the excessive rampant. Oh, let me start over. Too many people with runny noses. Oh my God.
It is winter.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was sort of like anybody with half a brain would realise this was going to happen. It's going to be every winter. We used to have influenza. It started around about in October each year. And that's what we had here. Started around October. What got me is, of course, the strain came from South Africa, or this particular strain came from South Africa. Not ruffling anybody's feathers down there in real terms, but of course once it got into the cold, the cold end biomes, yeah, it just completely went ballistic. Not quite sure why. They're sort of saying it aerosols more as well. I don't know how that works, but where is it? I'm hoping more change to the past. Fingers crossed. Yeah, you're still, Andy. You're still booked to come out here, aren't you? What's the status for that? Because I know you're going to have to do the 14 days coming from Australia as well, I'm guessing.
No, I think it's only 5 days. They've still got that list of countries that
Okay.
they're breaking down.
Well, David's got 7 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's either 5 or 7 for Stubbsy. And when I was chatting with Stubbsy the other day, and Jetstar changed the flight time on him, so he's coming in a little bit later. But I said, mate, if it's still the same flight number, it's not going to affect the Thai pass. It's that's when the hotel's expecting you to arrive and everything like that. They'll expect you on that day, and of course the Thai pass has that 72-hour buffer. But as long as they don't change the flights, and I think if they do change the flights and you've got proof that it wasn't you, it was the airline, it won't be too bad.
Yeah, and of course the post we saw on the groups last, I don't know if you were, some of the people are probably on those same groups, but Paul was just saying you had to do the PCR, not PCR, to do the, what's the other test that they're doing? You had to do the antigen test.
The rant. Yeah,
the antigen test to go into Soy Cowboy, you had to do the antigen test at your cost at 120 baht. So it was, both ends were blocked off. To walk into Soy Cowboy, you had to do the antigen test. A positive result. Eventually, they dragged you away and throw you in jail, or something. Right? I've got no idea what's going on. And then, of course, I'm pretty sure that will happen in Nana as well. Paul did sort of say that he spent 5 hours at Triple X in was it Pat Pong. So he partied on into the wee hours of the morning. His girlfriend passed out supposedly or something like that. But yeah, such is life. Was it Rouse? So yeah, nightlife here is a bit weird. So anybody coming to do some nightlife here, I think we're going to find a little bit more of a locking down of that sort of environment. So as long as you like food and temples, Thailand's the place to come. What Christmas carols did they sing at the Insane Asylum? Do you hear what I hear? This is. I would go up in smoke. Okay, was it? Friend Patia has. Actually, there was a lot of talk this week. The fact that pretty much 80% of the bar girls in Patia, 80% of the restaurant girls in Patia. Let's get that right. Have got COVID now. So it's just going ballistic down there. But we're not hearing much of that on the news. Mind you, I got some numbers this morning. The numbers this morning said that we only had 20 deaths last night, last 24 hours in the testing process. So those numbers are coming right down. And that's the only number I'm looking at is that death, the people who succumbed. So you just crashed in the car and you test for COVID. I'm sorry, COVID death from a car accident. And again, sort of deaths by motor vehicle. I think made a mention of that in the video that I got put out. I think earlier this week they were saying 73 deaths on the road. That was before the official start of the 7 deadliest days. Not sure. I haven't seen the numbers there. And then I don't want to talk about those numbers. I don't want to talk about COVID deaths. Honestly, 20 COVID deaths, 73 road accident deaths. There's something wrong with the planet at the moment. Why aren't we focusing on the things that can be fixed? Like teaching people how to freaking drive for once, I still laugh at it, because I do it myself. Go down, scooter down the local Big C or the 7-Eleven, and even the 7-Eleven, sometimes I go to the one down near the KFC there, and I ride contraflow as well, with a mask on, no helmet, just a mask. When in Thailand, just do the Thai thing. You don't want to look out of place. I think if you started to get with your gear on and you become a target. Oh, he must be just Thai. It's okay. They can't tell behind the mask. Was it Stephen Mono said temples? That's why 99% of red-blooded males, anyway, go to Thailand. Yeah, that's right. They do. They come to see these lovely temples with all the pretty gold stones and gold. Yeah, anyway, it's all fake. It's not real gold. Jetstar was the only flight I could get when I did the pass. Okay, right. Otherwise, it was Jetstar. Yeah, okay. Experience was looking at it's half an hour. Let's see if we can set up for some photos.
Here we go. Here we go.
Some last night photos. Where are we? So, where is it? The stream in general chat. Okay, I've got to actually maximise the photos. That one there. Bring that down there. There we go. And I share it to cancel. Share so we can keep it live with this one. There we go, live there. Just so you can see it as well. Yeah, so photos from last night. Cody come up with an idea. Let's do some time-lapse photography. So here's some... Okay, what happened there? There we go. Here's some time-lapse photos. Sparklers, 8-second exposure. There we go. Doing some pentagrams. Not quite sure what Chanya was making there with her sparkler, but she was having some fun with that. There was a lot of duds as well, because trying to explain what we're doing with the time lapse, the Thais didn't quite understand what the process was. But she seemed to have fun with it. What else did we get? Very hard to capture sort of fireworks in the sky, especially with low exposure and everything else. But we had fireworks all around the place. Yeah, so we had a house full of lady boys here.
Say hi New Year, say hi video หน่อยค่ะปีใหม่ค่ะ Lady Warren โอเคคันนี้
I was trying to put on put on the music there. So photos. Yeah, we come to the conclusion, if you have a Thai party, you cannot run out of food. This is the new rules of Thailand. Never run out of food, because, like God, I mean, so much food last night. Oh my God! And the food just kept on coming. Gotta love the girl. Gotta love their karaoke. Annie's an absolute cracker. I'm not going to go through all Annie stuff. Oh, okay, do this one here with Annie playing up. Yeah. There was just so much food last night. There was just food everywhere. Oh my God! And beer, food and beer, but more food than beer. Photo sessions. Pa eating, pa and ma, mare, pa and mare. Yeah, Cody in the MG. Anyway, that was the fun photos from last night. But yeah, okay, as a resident of confirmed that, yeah, we did that, yeah. 2022, and not much of a first number, yeah, okay. I only travelled to Thailand when with the missus, so it's culture all the way, culture, yes, okay. That's what you tell the missus, but don't you have boys' nights out? I'm sure you must have come out in the boys' nights out. Or haven't we added you to our line group yet, Darlo? Maybe we need to add you to our line group. Does your missus check your phone? Gotta love the culture. Yes, we do. Say hi to hi na ka. Say hi New Year. Pi mai. Yeah. Mi kwam suk pi mai. Cody needed to find a room. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He found a room next door. He's sleeping in the spare room. I think he's not even up yet. Still can't tell whether. Okay. Annie got up. She, I can see that room's open. But yeah, we've still got guests here, so we're going to wrap it up at the hour mark here. But we're just sort of just doing our normal thing. We're going to keep with the Saturday morning format. We're going to try to bring the thing down to an hour, see if we can keep it a little bit more tighter. Love the sparkler pics. Although I never even thought of it. I trust somebody else to come up with this stuff. Unfortunately the stairs are full. We've only got the spare room and the makeup room. If you want to, just sleep on the hard floor with the plush pile rug. Annie loves that. She really does. She loves the hard floor. She just sleeps on the hard floor. Some Thai people are strange. Looking forward to February the 8th. I'm not looking forward to February the 1st because that's when I turn 41 in a few months. Starting to feel like I've got to get a good supply of this CBD oil. Start to convince the girl she's got to give me some massage of the CBD massage polish that she I got last week as well. What's that? It has a mix. What does it smell? God. Yeah, it's Tiger Balm with CBD. 61, a year before I was born. That's it. 61 to 61. Yes. We often think back 30 years. It's 30 years ago. I'm thinking back 30 years ago. That was only 1991. Oh my God. Scary thoughts. Yeah, that's right. You're 47 on Australia Day. They just keep on coming faster. 61 this month. So you're a little bit older than me, are you, Darla? I thought you were actually younger. I thought I was one of the older ones of the group, but there we go. I feel better now. And Dom B, he's just joined the party. Awesome. Anyway, what else are we going to do? What else I got to get down to 7-Eleven, pay the electricity bill. I was going to do that yesterday. I forgot about it. Didn't get around to doing it.
The tough parts of life.
Yeah. But yeah, we might if Todd feels confident about riding the CB, we might get out for a ride sometime next week. We're going to couple of short ones. We'll just do a roundabout across the river up through the sort of back way, find somewhere to have lunch or something. Try to get an idea what Bolt's doing as well. I don't know what he's doing because he's got the schooling stuff. He's got to do everything inside the school curriculum, and he's been sort of wrapped up in getting things done for that. There was tests just before Christmas that he had to do, and he hasn't even done any videos lately, as far as I know either. So he must be sort of snowed under with stuff, Christmas and New Year and all that sort of stuff. But we'll try to get something organised next week. We're all kitted up, ready to go. We just haven't done anything about doing it.
Yeah.
How is Lost Todd? Have you christened the
Land of
car yet?
Smiles. Yeah.
How is Land of Smiles, Todd? Have you christened the car
Yeah.
yet? He hasn't got a car. He's got the CB.
No. Yeah. Oh, he's probably talking about your car. No. I've been in the MG. The MG's awesome.
Yes.
The MG's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, we're learning to speak Thai because the car the car has got an AI in it. I seriously want to get the AI changed to Jarvis out of the MCU, but I doubt that will ever happen. But yeah. So hello MG. It wasn't Todd. Not Todd last night. It was Cody last night.
Cody.
He's in the MG talking to the car, trying to get it to open the sunroof. So both sunroof, bit sunroof, but it's actually sunroof. Unless of course you get the pronunciation right, it just won't open or close the sunroof. It got the bit, but it doesn't know what sunroof is. It's sunroof. You got to say it right.
Open.
We finally got it closed, yes. But it is quite funny. So we have to really improve our Thai vocabulary and pronunciation so that the car can understand what we're talking about. I don't even know the word for radio. Turn the radio on. So it's Bert. What's the Thai word for radio? So no, Chanya said it the other night. And, where are we? So English. Radio. I didn't hear that. Can't hear something.
No.
I can't hear anything. Okay, let's see if I can get over into the speaker now. Come on. Oh my God. Witty you, yes, that's it. And Bert Witty you. So to turn the radio on. But yeah, unfortunately we pair the phones, so how do you tell it to go to Bluetooth and then play my tunes on my phone, because my phone doesn't listen to the type anyway. It's Ladia, Lady Chris Brand, it's Ladia. Witty you. But yeah, so that's the MG. You can talk to the car and it talks back to you. And you get in the car and it tells you, what sort of weather you got and how hot it is, and wishes you all the best driving. And oh my God, it takes a bit of getting used to, but the car is lovely. The other thing is, of course, although it's E85, just the initial calculations I've done comparing the E85 driving and the kilometres per litre you get versus putting E20 in it and the kilometres per litre. There's no real benefit that you're running the E85. You're actually getting, from what I can see, you're getting worse fuel economy. Per dollar per mile is worse with the E85 than it is with the E20. Just something to do with the fact that it's a slower burn. It doesn't have as much power stroke, so it tends to use more fuel. I think we're getting on average. I was getting 7.5 litres. 7.5 kilometres per litre on the E85, whereas I'm getting 12 kilometres per litre in the E20. So that's unfortunately the E20 is 30 baht and the E85 is 23 baht per litre, so you can work that out. And I think when you do the math, E85 is actually sort of less effective. So looks like we're running on E20. I always put the 91 in it. The 91 might make it go even better with the fuel economy. I've got to check that out. I've got to do a 500 bahts worth of the 91 and see what the fuel economy is on that. Thai's pronunciation is easy. The last syllable goes through the roof. Strawberry, raspberry. Jen Desperado, g'day, good Happy New Year, Jen. Hamburgery, hamburgery. Come on. How's it, Andy? Are you flying dirty, Thailand? What? Must have missed that point. What was he talking about there?
Don't know.
Yeah. And Oggie's joined the party. G'day, Oggie.
Hey, good day.
Not
Hey,
quite
Oggie.
New Year, Oggie.
Not quite New Year for you.
No, not quite New Year. It's 9:15
Oh, you still got
on
3 hours.
Friday
here.
night. So, how is 2022? Is it any better than 2021 from those of you who are already there?
It's 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Pardue?
2020. So it's the second run of 2020.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. As it Tukta, I think this is his girlfriend, is going to McDonald's to get her Big Mac and me a quarter pounder with cheese. She pronounced it powder. Okay, now I have to. Now I know why she always treats me like a Big Mac. There he is.
Yes. Trying to figure out where the camera has slipped off to.
They do that, don't they? They do slip off, don't they? And then to Bangkok. And as I was saying before, we're going to knock this format down. We've lost him. He's gone offline. That's it. He adjusted the camera and screwed it up. Pulled the plug
He's
out.
back.
He pulled the plug out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to be knocking this Saturday morning live stream down to an hour format, unless of course we get something that has to happen. But we'll try to focus on the hour. And I think a lot of people are nursing headaches, so we don't want to sort of talk their ears off all for 2 hours. They'll probably sort of unsubscribe from the channel or something. Oh my God, I don't want. So we'll try to keep this format to an hour. Tonight we're aiming for the hour here, but yeah, I think going forward for 2022, we will probably focus on the Saturday morning at an hour, just so we can get more gaming done. Andy Stubbs, of course, we'll be hanging around here in Discord longer. We're only going to go broadcast live to the rest of the world for an hour. Understand.
Almost live, as Saturday Night puts it.
Yeah, so we'll probably hang
Almost
around.
live from New York City.
We'll probably hang around here and wish you for Oggie and wish him in the new year. There we go. Burn those lights there, Oggie. Burn the lights.
There we go. That's a little better.
Slackers again, 28, watching only 9 live. Like, I'm so used to it. I've given up telling people how to press the buttons. Ralph, it's just ridiculous. We know you like the stream because you keep on coming back, so there you go. It's just doesn't do the algorithm any good, but hey, you can't trick the algorithms anymore. Yeah.
Did you run out of money, Stephen? You weren't able to buy any beer for the 2022?
I was going to get with a Katoi, then she changed looks on my after purchase new car and spent my savings. Really? Anyway, thanks for that little contribution there, Anti-Venom. I guess he's an MCU fan as well. First time we've actually heard from him. Yeah, so...
Oh, not feeling well, huh? Down a little?
Well, of course, just a little thing. If you're actually going to call them a Katoi, then they're probably not going to like you anyway, because that's like it's one of those slang words for a salsong. In most circles in that community or that section of the community, it's like, I can't even think of an example. But basically, you don't call them a Katoi. That's it. It's the best I could do as a descriptive is if you were in King's Cross and you were walked into Les Girls, right, you will have the South Song, or the ladyboys, or the ones who live their life as a female, and then you have the ones that on a Friday night dress up, right, in fancy dresses, right, and do cabaret, right. They would be the katoi, the part-time pretenders, and that's why they don't like that word, because it's associated in that way. It's sort of it's like it's the best word to describe a katoi, from my point of view, in the way I look at the language. It's like, it means you're a cross-dresser, right? You're not a ladyboy, you're a cross-dresser, right? You're not really trying, and that's why they hate it, and it's like it's a derogative term for the girls, because most of them, even Annie, she lives the life of a female. She's, when she stays, because she's been here for a week, but she lives in the other, way over the other side of Bangkok, and likes to hang around with us for Christmas, But she's here, and she's up at 7 o'clock in the morning cleaning the house and doing the washing and doing the dishes and doing. Oh my God! Just relax, girl, relax. But that's it.
I thought she wouldn't have any energy today.
I know, she's up and at it again. God almighty. No, it's not. I'm just saying. It doesn't offend me. It's just the fact that if you make reference to that term, not knowing the actual the cultural significance, you can find yourself in a whole lot of bother. Is more the point that I'm trying to make there. The most appropriate way to address the girls is South Song, which is girl too, or just transgender. In this modern age, they actually like to use the generic term transgender, and they use that word. It's not that it hasn't really been even Thaiified, apart from this transgender. I can't even say it the way that she says it. But that's the only safe bets when you're sort of addressing them in mixed company. When you're in common company, or where they know you and you're friends with them, then you can call them ladyboys all the time. They don't hate that word. They feel empowered by it, because we don't have so much of an overtone here. In Thailand, the porn industry is that's where it gets demified, in that sort of sector. Again, no porn in Thailand. You can't. It's all blocked. That's it. So you're right. Go hopping. Google says transgender women in Thailand mostly use the terms other than katoi when referring to themselves, such as puying, or South Song. South Song is probably the most safest way to address the poor. But yeah, I did a video 6-12 months. Look, I've got so many videos on my channel now, it's hard to even find anything of reference. So what time did you actually get home last night, Paul?
He's probably not home yet.
He's not home yet. I know he said his girlfriend passed out, but but yeah. What else we got going on? I went really easy last night, thankfully. I just after a last barbecue and losing the next day, I said, "No, I got to stay sober enough to run a live stream in the morning."
Well, there was no tequila. So
yeah, that was a positive. There was no tequila. There was no what was those things we were drinking last Friday? Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs.
There was no Jaegers, no tequila. I don't mind my Jaeger bombs. I think I could drink them all night. But then you just don't go to sleep because it's all the Red Bull that goes with them. Happy New Year, and yes, Happy New Year. Have you tried the cannabis? No, I actually haven't. I got the coffee here is generally the 3-in-1. So I bought a packet of 10 of those, and I've had 2 of those, and Todd had one. It's like a 3-in-1 mix, but it's got the CBD infusion in it. And that was actually quite tasty. I didn't mind them. They were actually quite yummy. But I have to make sure I get a regular supply of them. Whereas this stuff, I need to go and try my own brewing of that one. I haven't got around to doing that yet. I only had one. Yeah, okay. Right. In dog beers, you only had one. Is that right, Jen? I got a t-shirt.
No, only one, Todd. Really, I think that is. He's saying I only had one. Yes, I did only have one. Wazza's had the rest.
What? Had one what?
I think he may be talking about
the cannabis. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to talk about your drink. How many beers you had? Like, I said, Todd only had 2 beers. In dog beers, he only had 2.
Yeah.
So you have 3-in-1 beers? What?
3-in-1. Come on, we're all getting confused about what we're talking about now.
Don't talk math. I'm not ready for math.
Math, yes. Yes, no math. We're going to have a rule, no math on this channel. Have a good one. Yes, look, he's great. He's great. Well, we're all going to wrap up the actual stream. We're going to continue on and chat amongst ourselves so we can swear and curse, and some people can nurse their sore heads, and then we can watch Oggy get a sore head. Is that
I'm just starting to work on mine.
That's the sapphire. The sapphire.
Yes. If you're gonna drink drain cleaner, drink the best.
Is it caustic? Is it that caustic? I've never really been into gin and tonics. I've never been into gin and tonics. I've never really been into it, but.
Well, I don't pollute sapphire with tonic. It's just sapphire on the rocks.
Is it okay?
Yeah. But if I'm having well gin, then I pollute it with tonic and maybe a lime.
Maybe that's my problem. I've never actually tried gin standalone. Maybe it's again. So I drink the South Song and the 100 Pipers with soda, just to sort of give it a bit of sparkle. But that's about it. 14 then, Todd. Yes.
I'm glad someone can do the maths. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Well, I only had 3 long necks, so not happy to take the wife to work. Was it Darwin stubby long necks or what? Just regular long necks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd's feed. No, actually, that was his second day here. Second day out in public was the cannabis market. First day in public. What did you do first day?
I just walked around Nana Plaza and got my BTS card.
Oh yeah, BTS card.
Yeah, just explored and sort of the sights and the sounds and the smells, and felt completely at home. And then chucked in the deep end by catching up with Susie the next day.
Todd has had a week full of firsts. We highlight that on a few videos that are coming out next week when I actually get back to doing some editing. So we had the Mukutar with 7 ladyboys. So it's a bit of a first and a first. What else? What other firsts have you had?
Went to the markets. We did the markets.
The first time at the open air markets.
And my experience in trying to get a bank account.
Yes. That was the other thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about bank accounts. Oh my God, we'll save that up for. We'll talk about bank accounts next week. Getting a Thai bank account. That'll be the theme for next week, because Todd can give you a first-hand experience of. Oh my God, really. And again, his experience, he's had a first-time experience with the immigration. That was another. He loves Nakhon Pathom immigration. It's just nothing compared to.
Awesome. awesome.
Nothing compared to what he's seen on videos about the one in Bangkok. There, that's just nothing to compare there.
No,
but we'll talk about those ones next week. Anyway, I got to get the music wrapped up so we can close this stream and we can continue on and talk with the boys. Jump on, say hello, and I'm just ready to go and do some gaming. That's all. Gaming to do. So
I'm gonna get to do the 5-hour download again.
Why did you wipe your computer or what?
Yeah, wipe it.
No, they've had an update. So.
Oh no, it does a Delta update, so it won't be long.
Oh, is it?
It's only a Delta update, so don't worry too much about that. But anyway, so we've got some gaming to do, and we're going to continue on, guys. Just jump on the Discord. We'll help you get set up off stream so it doesn't interrupt everything. Get the music. Where's the music? Cue the music. Get the thing. Yep. Stephen's got to say the whole thing.
Cue the talking mice.
Cue the talking mice.
Download's upset. He's been ripped off by an hour. He was looking forward to two.
Well, you're not being ripped off. We're just only doing live on YouTube for an hour.
Yeah.
We're going to go on for hours. We're just going to force you guys to join us. That's all. That's the end of the story. Anyway, we're out of here, and we'll catch up with you next week. But we will continue on partying and welcoming in the new year. Peace out, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
I want you to lift me up so